Hello. How's everybody doing today? Brother John Stewart on behalf of Lost Sheep Ministries, here to take y'all on another little walk with the word for the day. So today I had a special story I want to share with y'all today out of the book of 2 Samuel. Very special story to me. I always touches my heart as I read it, and it's a little bit more Bible than I would normally share, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into it because I want to make sure I got enough time to get in my comments before the video runs out. So in 2 Samuel chapter 19, verses 31 through 40, the Lord tells us this. He says, "And Barzillai the Gileadite came down from Rogelim and went over Jordan with the king to conduct him over Jordan. Now Barzillai was a very aged man, even 80 years old." And for all you people that don't read your Bible, that's 80 years. He was 80 years old. "And he had provided the king of sustenance while he lay at Mahanaim, for he was a very great man. And the king said unto Barzillai, Come thou over with me, and I will feed thee with me in Jerusalem. And Barzillai said unto the king, How long have I to live, that I should go up with the king unto Jerusalem? I am this day 80 years old, and can I discern between good and evil? Can thy servant taste what I eat or what I drink? Can I hear any more the voice of singing men and singing women? Wherefore then should thy servant be yet a burden unto my lord the king? Thy servant will go a little way over the Jordan with the king. And why should the king recompense me with such a reward? Let thy servant, I pray thee, turn back again, that I might die in my own city and be buried by the grave of my father and of my mother." And here you go right here, y'all. This is so beautiful. He said, "But behold thy servant Shinham, let him go over with my lord the king, and do to him what shall seem good unto thee." And the king answered, "Shinham shall go over with me, and I will do to him that which seem good unto thee. And whatsoever thou shalt require of me, that will I do for thee." And all the people went over Jordan, and when the king was come over, the king kissed Barzillai and blessed him, and he returned unto his own place. Then the king went on to Gilgal, and Shinham went on with him. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, as a father, I can't even tell y'all how much this story touches my heart. Like, oh, I love this story. This is another one of those ones that when I read it, I get all warm and fuzzy inside, But this one also motivates me and gives me the desire to do more. You know what I'm saying? Because this man, Barzillai, is getting to do the one thing that's every real father's ultimate goal. If you're a real father out here, you out here taking care of your business and you making these sacrifices and you on your grind, every real father's ultimate goal and the reason why they do all these things and make all these sacrifices is so they can leave their children in a position to be successful. And that's what Barzillai was doing. You know what I'm saying? Just a quick recap of the stories so y'all understand what I'm talking about. So what happened was, of course, David had to mess with Absalom. Absalom took over the kingdom, ran David out of the kingdom. So, of course, David had to leave in a hurry, so he didn't get to take no food or anything for some provisions for himself. So when this Barzillai guy heard about it, he was loyal to David. So he met David where David was heading to and, getting ready to hide out at. And he brought him all kind of food and stuff to make sure his people was taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So now that David got the kingdom back, he's on his way to get ready to cross Jordan to go back into the kingdom. Now he want to reward Barzillai for what he did, for staying loyal and taking care of him when he was down. Because that's what a real one do. You help the people that helped you when you was down. So that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to be a real one to this guy Barzillai. You know what I'm saying? So he was going to bring him into the kingdom, probably set him up in some special little position and let him live the rest of his days eating and drinking and hanging out with the king. But this Barzillai guy was like, no, man, I've lived my life. You know what I'm saying? Said he was a great man, so he probably been there, done that. He's like, man, you know what? I lived my life, bro. I just want to die in peace. He said, but the thing that'll help me die in peace is knowing that I'm going to set my son up for success. So I tell you what, everything you was going to do for me, do it for my son. Oh, man, that is beautiful. That is beautiful because you got to understand, he had the opportunity and every right because of the work that he did to set himself up in a great position to spend the rest of his life being wine and dined by the king. But instead of accepting the offer, he put his own selfish ambitions aside and said, you know what, all that stuff you just saying you're going to do it for my son. Man, that's a real father right there, because he wasn't just thinking about himself. He was thinking about the future of his family and the future of the generations coming behind him. And by him making that decision, he was setting up all his future generations for success. Because you got to think about, yes, it was going to be the whining and the dining and the drinking and all that stuff, the women carousing with women, that was going to be there. But that's not why he was sending his son over there. Yes, he wants his son to have fun, but he knows if his son can go in and behave himself the way he trained his son to behave himself, then not only was that little party can turn to a position for him, and he can live the rest of his life serving the king, and then the ones come behind him can be in the court of the king as well. See, that's how you're supposed to think, man. He was setting his future generations up. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to make this a racial thing, but I have to say, you know what I'm saying, when I read this story and I think about it, and the reason why it touches my heart so much, because when I look at the last 30, 40 years of my people, when I say my people, I'm talking about black people, that has been our downfall. Our downfall is we don't think like that. We don't live like that. You know what I'm saying? The way our culture is, we don't live in a way to ensure that the ones coming behind us is going to have a fighting chance at success. No, we live our life for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We make sure we enjoy our lives, and then future generations just got to come along and they got to figure out it for themselves. That's why instead of investing in property, we buy rims. You know what I'm saying? Instead of buying houses, we buy jewelry. You know what I'm saying? There's dudes walking around right now, these rappers and all these guys walking around right now with enough jewelry on that they could have bought 2 or 3 houses and set their people up. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Cash Money got into power or whatever, they had 50 cars, and they weren't just regular cars. They were like exotic cars. What is the point of that? You see what I'm saying? And that's the way our people live. We live to bling bling and enjoy ourselves now, not thinking about the people that's coming behind us, setting our family up that's coming behind us. But Brazil was. And the thing is, the reason why I say I don't want to make this racial, but it's attributed to our people, because I've been a professional working as a chemist for over 20 years now. So I worked alongside about every single race there is on this planet. There's only a few of them that I can say that I haven't worked with. You know what I'm saying? And so far, the only ones that live like that, the only culture that does that is our people. Our people are the only one that don't live in a way that makes sure our future, you know what I'm saying, our future generation is going to have a chance to be successful. Every single other race that I work with, they live, they work, and they save, and they set up for their future generations so that the ones coming behind them can build on the foundation they've laid. We don't lay that foundation. You know what I'm saying? We don't lay that, and we become so, it's crazy, we become so dumb as a society. They actually try to make that being a bad thing. They have a term for that. You trying to set up your future bloodline, they got a term for that now. It's called nepotism. And they say it in a way like that's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bad that you're setting up your bloodline for the future. That's insane. That's what you're supposed to do. That's why you're supposed to be doing it, to set the future up. And the thing is, you got to understand, it don't just affect the worldly things, it also affects spiritual things as well. When you look at how far we've gotten away from God, what kind of world do you think we really living behind for our children? You know what I'm saying? What do we really leave for our children? This is a reality. This is a sad reality, y'all. We got about 50 years from now, there's going to be children growing up that's truly going to grow up and believe that there's no difference between a boy and a girl. That is sad. And that's amongst other things. You know what I'm saying? That is sad. And so we don't think that. And like I said, my people are the worst at it. Right now, my son got a job, and he got that job strictly because of the company that I work for and the resources I had. I'm happy with that. I don't want to say proud of that, but that's best of my heart I was able to put him in that position. Right now, I got a son that's trying to get on to play football at Tennessee Tech. If I can have a meeting with the coach or do a video to get him on, I would gladly do it. I would love to be able to set my sons up for success. That's the whole point of doing it. So something to think about. And you know what I'm saying? When you're making your decisions, think about the future generations that's come behind you when you're making these decisions. Because if you're not doing it to give your future generations and your future people a better life for themselves, then what the hell are you really doing it for? And that has been your little walk with the word for the day. I pray these are blessing y'all. If they are, like, share, tag, comment, repost, do all that stuff to help your boy out. Want to catch my full sermons, catch me on Facebook Live Monday nights, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then I post them on my Facebook page and my YouTube page. You want to find all my little social media outlets, just go to lostsheepministry.com. You can find them all there. If you're not 100% sure about your salvation, reach out to me and I'll put some time in my schedule to go over the gospel with you. I love you. Watch your back and pray. Peace.